Hey rivals, welcome to Bax Attacks. Today I'd like to recap the Twitch stream by Space Ape Games regarding the release news on Stronghold 16 coming, as well as a look at this guy, the next agent, Father Frost. Now, although he looks quite a bit like, say, Father Christmas, he has nothing to do with that. He's totally different. He is a very tough and somewhat mean guy. Quite a backstory you'll want to check out later. But let me go over his spells for you. The first one here, Silent Mist, creates a thick mist which lowers the maximum attack range of all troops, buildings, and dragons trapped within by 50% for about 5 seconds. So this will really shorten the range of things like catapults and arrow launchers. Very nice. In addition, enemy buildings suffer damage when they're done. So for example, you could place a warden on a structure that has a short range and it might be able to shoot fire at it and not even get shot back at. Quite nice. The second spell for 10 mana, Judgment Protect. Affected allied troops are frozen solid for 2 seconds, disabling them. It's like you're freezing themselves, but here's the thing. It reduces incoming damage by 90% and it recovers some health. So it's kind of like a 10 mana version of Emberclaw's Dragon's Blood. However, they're disabled while they're doing it. Alright, the third spell, Judgment Banish. The selected defense is frozen solid and thereby disabled for about 13 or more seconds, preventing it from acting but also reducing damage it takes. But here's the thing also, nearby enemy defenses and troops are also slowed by 50% while the target defense stands. So if you cast that on a Primus Conduit, some major defenses are going to be frozen or slowed down by 50% for quite a long time period. One of the comments that was made was quite interesting. They kind of realize now that for agents to be effective at this point in the game, they really have to do something about the spell towers, whether it's protect from them or disable them or something. And so they're trying to incorporate those abilities or those aspects within new ancients. And so I think Father Frost is actually going to be a viable ancient. And I'm very much looking forward to trying him. Now, he will be available through a special event that's coming up very soon, but we don't know any more information on that right now. But they did also say that 2 new Ascension Materials are coming out, and one of them, the Winterheart Chest, will be able to increase Father Frost 1 step at a time up to a maximum of Epic. Now, since that's 2 steps, will that be a 2-week event? We're not quite sure yet. And next up, all the news that people want to hear about. Stronghold 16 is coming. Now, actually, they talked about so many other things before they got around to this in the Twitch stream. I had to leave, and this all occurred within about 90 seconds, and so I have to rely on RK411.com, one of my favorite sites for breaking news and sneak peeks at stuff myself, and there's always some good screenshots and information there, and so I'll be sharing some of those. This is a basic view of what the upgrade might cost. They were very careful to stress this is not final. They don't know how many rings it'll actually be, but in the current build, it's 5.2 million gold and 45,900 rings. So somewhere 45, 50,000 rings would make about sense given that the Stronghold 15 upgrade is 25,000 rings. So what will we have new for Stronghold 16? Well, we saw a arrow launcher level 7 packing quite a punch at almost 20 DPS. That'll be quite a nice addition. One key thing is that the blacksmith is going to be upgraded not once but twice, so there'll be 2 whole new levels of troops to be used. There was no mention of a portal or a blacksmith upgrade, so it probably won't be more troops, but rather significantly increased ability on the troops. In fact, Space Ape described the Stronghold 15 as kind of an incremental upgrade, but they described Stronghold 16 as a major upgrade, so that's something to keep in mind. They didn't share too much more of the details, but you can get a look at what Stronghold 16 will look like. It's going to be a lot more golden, a lot more white, and very different visually from level 15. Space Ape did a very nice job of answering questions and answers and introducing us to their operating officers as well. But here are some additional notes that I took. I asked if the Flame Mithril addition would increase all damage taken by troops by 20%. And the answer was no, definitely not. It would just be the defense that the Mithril was put in, and that's a general comment for all of the Mithril additions. I also asked if the density on the catapult, which is supposed to stun for 1 second, was working as described, because it sure seems, as when I've seen it, that the stun duration is much less than that. They said it's supposed to be, and if it's not, to let them know through a support ticket. There was also a comment about the last event, and I'll get into that more in a minute. But they did reply that yes, they will have at least 3 days notice on Kingdom events in the future. And another interesting thing was brought up. There's what is called in the industry an undocumented feature, and that there was a buff to spell towers that was not at all announced. And basically, you know how currently flame bolt towers are the strong ones and they can really pound the troops? Well, now the Insanity Tower, the Purple Curse Tower, and the Blue Ice Tower all do the same base damage now as the flame. The difference is the flame does additional strong damage over the next several seconds. And so the flame still will do more, but there's been a major increase in how much the other ones do. And so if there's a debuff, those towers won't be completely useless. They'll still be putting out some good damage if they're high level. There was asked if there would be a second Dragon Roost added for Stronghold 16. The answer was no. No plans for that at present. Folks also wondered if the developers shift between Rival Kingdoms and Samurai Siege, and the answer there, no. The devs stay pretty much on the same game. Now the marketing folks and some other kind of associate or support troops will be working on both games or switching between them, but the developers stick to the one. One fun feature of the Twitch stream was that Charmy showed some stats on what were 3 of the most underrated ancients in the game. In other words, looking at their win ratios. And she noted that Emberclaw, Kestra, and Nyrax were among the 3 that had some of the highest win rates in the game. The chat stream was really laughing hard at that, and the reason is basically those are really poor ancients right now. And the only time that we use this, and I can confirm this from lots of comments within my kingdom, oh, there's a Stronghold sitting outside, switch to Emberclaw. Folks are trying to get that one leveled up for the Dragonheart quest, and it's so hard to do it that they'll throw it in only when they know they can win. So really that's the reason behind the increased win rates. But we're glad that they're looking at the stats, and it's worth checking them out. Actually, I have been having more success with Emberclaw recently, but still wouldn't call it one of the most underrated in the game. Okay, I'm going to switch gears completely and give us an analysis of the Fireborn series of events. This was really a major event within the arcade community, lasting 3 weeks and having a very intense third event with the Fireborn 3. So let me talk about that and then give some feedback that I hope will be useful to both the arcade playing community and to SpaceSafe as well. The way I do this is I have a standard checklist. If we consider first the length and the format, the fact that this was a Kingdom event and that it was over what was a holiday weekend for the U.S. or for international clans with several U.S. members made this a very uncomfortable event for a lot of people. In addition, this was some pretty heavy gameplay over 3 weekends in a row, with the most active one at the end. So a lot of people were really burned out by the end of this event. So low marks for length and format, I'm afraid. If we consider the value of the prize, this was actually really quite good. There was Mithril available in this, 2 extra sigils, which I did not expect. That was a nice bonus to see. And the Magma Stone was just a wonderful prize. A lot of people found out what I've been saying for a long time, that Sulric is quite a good ancient, and the ability to take him into Legendary is an outstanding prize. However, the effort needed to get that was really, really substantial, considering either how few kingdoms got it, what a large push was needed, or how any kingdom on vacation had no chance to get this. And that was very unfortunate, given this was something they've been working for 3 weeks in a row. If we look at other special features of the event, there were several nice things. The fact that there was a progress ladder and several prizes along the way was really good. The sigils and mithril, like I said, was excellent. And the fact that the event really encouraged folks to use a ancient, maybe they hadn't tried before, was a really positive feature of the event. And I think most people did enjoy using Sulric. The fact that you got +1 bonus for the points was also a nice factor. And actually, I kind of enjoyed the different chests coming back on sale and rotating through to make sure that all the time zones got a chance to get that. So thumbs up for that one, Space 8. As we consider the impact on kingdoms, this is definitely the most kind of mixed positive and negative factor of the event and the series. For some kingdoms, this was very, very painful event. For others, this was probably the best event that they did, and I know a number of kingdoms that really, really enjoyed this. So why was this different for the different types of kingdoms? Well, first of all, if you weren't a large kingdom, or if you had folks on vacation for a holiday, or if you just couldn't kind of pull things together with the very short notice we got, this was a painful event. You had to basically sit out and had no hope at getting that Magma Stone prize whatsoever. The Bronze Soldier, I mean, or beyond, the Silver or Gold, we'll get soldiers in other events, but the Magma Stone really was seen as the top prize, and so many people were going for 75. Now, those who were geared up to do that, or those in the top 75, this was the closest, most intense event we have seen yet. I did participate in this one with Mortality Elite, as I showed in my last video, and boy, we were really working hard and trying to stay in competition there, and in the end, we got that prize. It felt great, but there was only a 1,000 point difference between rank 20 and 75. So in that sense, it was a very intense, very good event. I'm sure Space Ape was happy with that aspect of it, but there was a real dichotomy between whether kingdoms felt in a lot of pain or had a good time with this event. Okay, since there were so many really good features and so many, frankly, challenging or difficult aspects to the event, I really wanted to offer some constructive feedback to players and mostly to Space Ape. And I don't know if they watch my videos or not. I kind of hope they do, but if nothing else, I'd love for them to give a listen to the next few minutes on this one. First of all, on the strengths of the event, the prize that we were going for, and the fact that so many kingdoms were working so intense for it, was really a great factor of the event. It was fun to participate in it. We worked hard at it, and it gave a good sense of team feeling, and the prize was worthwhile. But on the other hand, the fact that there was no advance notice that this was going to be a kingdom event, and no details on the event until literally the day before the event, which was Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S., or for players who celebrate that. And so the ability for kingdoms to mobilize to figure out who was willing to even push for the Magma Stone. A couple of folks who skipped the sigil, they could care less about this one. And if you didn't have your whole team going for this, there was no chance to get the top prize. And so this took a lot of coordination in order for kingdoms to pull this off. I could see this both within the kingdoms that I'm associated with, and within a number of line chat groups that I'm in here. And so really, I think that the benefit and all the fun factors of this event could have been done in a way that cut out a lot of the discouraging factors. In order for an event to be good, it has to both have a lot of positive feedback, positive components, and it also has to minimize frustration to the players. And I think that's the biggest area of opportunity here. For to have two individual events and then at the end know that there's a kingdom event just doesn't work. Had they only let folks know that this is going to be a pair of individual events and a kingdom event at the end, and here are the prizes involved. And the effort on the first 2 weeks is going to be modest. The last one, it's going to be a tough one, so get ready for it. With even that amount of information, this would have been so less frustrating for so many kingdoms, and you still would have had a great race for the prize at the end, and kingdoms would have just have been more ready for it. And those who had a prize they could not possibly achieve in the third one, they wouldn't have put all the effort in the first 2 weeks and feel like that was just a complete waste of time. And I got to tell you, that was a factor I heard over and over from so many players. So I really think that the communication on this one and the ability to get information and detailed information, what kind of effort is this going to take? You know, is this going to take 10 sets of battle stones a day or 20? There's no right or wrong on that, but you have to give for kingdom events, you have to let people know in advance what's coming on that. And in the Twitch stream, the fact that they said, yes, we hear you, we're going to give at least 3 days notice for the event, It's not enough, especially if you're going to have a multi-week event like the Fireborn was. You have to let us know what's coming up for each of the 3 weeks before the events really start, and especially well before the Kingdom event begins. So, Space Ape, I hope you hear this, and I hope you hear this as a positive, constructive feedback. I like the event. I want to see more good ones like this, but we really just need more advance notice. It would help out the Kingdoms so much and relieve so much of the frustration that I know you don't want to hear as well. So, players and viewers, if you agree with these comments, would you do me a favor and just kind of let Space Ape know that this is your feeling as well, that the event was good, but that a few things could make it better. If not, that's okay too. But let's engage that in the comments. I'd love to talk about that more. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy what's coming up for Stronghold 16. And let's have some good discussion of this. I think we all want to see better events going forward. So thanks so much for watching.